Hi guys, and welcome to this thing that we're doing here. So I have recently been busy doing some front-end things, and I've put out some content on HTML and CSS and basic things that I've learned so far. But one thing that I've come across in CSS that I've been having a bit of difficulty just grasping is Flexbox. And in one of my lessons I came across something called FlexBox Froggy. And it's a website that somebody's designed to help you learn Flexbox. So I was really excited to check it out because, as you know, any type of learning is good in my eyes. Yeah, I was just interested to see how someone made learning fun. So let's go check it out, shall we?
Okay, so I'm just gonna Google it. FlexBox Froggy.
Okay, cool. So let me just move this to a place where you guys can still see me. So essentially, this is a game where you help the frog and its friends by writing CSS code and guiding it to its lily pad.
This is how they teach you the different concepts of Flexbox.
They are literally visualizing or visually showing you how things move around. That's a really great way to actually grasp something. So when you see that thing moving, it's like reinforcing what you're learning.
Visually seeing it helps you grasp it a lot faster. Whatever. You know what I mean. Okay.
The first thing we're going to be doing is justify content, which aligns items horizontally. Okay, so we have flex start, flex end, center, space between, and space round. So flex start is the beginning of that row because it's horizontal. Flex end is, beginning meaning left side.
Which side is my left side? This side.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Flex start is to the left of the container. Flex end is to the right of the container. Center is obviously center. Space between is equal spacing in between them, and space around is equal spacing around them. So space between, they'll be like at the edges of the margins, where space around, they'll put proportional space at the edges as well. They've actually given us the answer for this, so let's type that in. Let's move our little froggy to its lily pad. Justify content flex end. And there it moves. Fantasticals. I'm not even going to read that. I'm going to try and just sort of do them because I can see that they're still using justify content. So obviously this one would be center. Awesome. So I think the important thing to remember about justify content is that it's horizontal, because the flex start, flex end, center, those you are going to find with all of the others as well. If you just hover over justify content, they give you all of the possible options, and flex start is actually default. So we'll go justify content. This looks like it's around. Let's see, space around. Correct. This is really cool. Love how they I'll show you next time I get the answer right, but they jump off the page. It's great. Now the lily pads on the edges have drifted to the shore, increasing the space between them. So we've already used space around. I guess that leaves us with space between. Justify content, space between. Sweet. Now check how they jump off the page over here. Bit like hop.
Now use align items to help the frogs get to the bottom of the pond. Okay. Align items vertically. Okay, so flex start, flex end, center. So those are all the same. And then baseline is items display at the baseline of the container, and stretch, items are stretched to fit the entire container,
or to fit the container. Maybe we should just play around with that. Let's see, align items, stretch, nothing happened. Baseline, once again, nothing happened. center. So clearly we can see that it's flex end because flex start is the default one. Okay, so now we need to use justify content and align items. So remember, justify content is horizontally and align items is vertically.
So we're gonna have justify. I think both of them are just centered. Well, I don't think that we can see, right? So align items, and there we go. Our baby is on its lily pad. Okay. The frogs need to cross the pond again, this time for some lily pads with plenty of space around them, using a combination of justify content and align items. So I think what I'll do first is justify content, because we're already on that horizontal line, so let's just make them sit in the right positions already, and I think it's space around. And then align items will be flex end. This is awesome. This really hits home, it's making it a lot easier to grasp.
So this property defines the direction items are placed in the container, and it accepts row, row reverse, column, and column reverse. So row is just normal as normal, and then row reverse is those items are placed in opposite to the text direction. So let's check that out, and then column and column reverse opposite are placed bottom to top. Okay, so basically what they mean with row reverse is, if you look at the frogs, you have green, yellow, red. So if you go row reverse, it's going to go literally as the lily pads are now, green, yellow, red. As you can see, it reverses the row. Next direction, row reverse. So let's see the others quickly. Just normal row. Okay, that's sort of default. Then we have column. So it takes it down, and we have column reverse, which takes it down. So it stacks it, and then it stacks it at the bottom, reversed. Okay, so this was row reverse. Help the frogs find their column of lily pads using flex direction. So to make flex direction, they're in a row, so let's put them in a column. So they want us to use flex direction as well as justify content. So let's first go flex direction so we see what we're dealing with.
We want to reverse the row, right? But now they're on that side, so we have to justify content. Remember, that's horizontally and flex end. Because we've reversed a row, the end is no longer on the right, it is now on the left. So my left, your right. Let me rather use the mouse.
Because we reversed the row, the flex end is now on this side. Flex end becomes flex start, and flex start becomes flex end, basically. Should have just said that from the start, right? Okay. Help the frogs find their lily pads using flex direction and justify content. Notice that when the flex direction is a column, justify content changes to the vertical and align items to the horizontal. So when you change the flex direction into a column, justify content is no longer horizontal, it's now vertical. And align items is no longer vertical, it is now horizontal. Got it. So we know it's a column because it's obviously stacked. Because we've changed it into a column, it's still going to be justify content, because now we're in a column, the horizontal has changed to the vertical.
I hope that makes sense. I feel like I'm talking in circles. Justify content, horizontal. Not horizontal. Flex, end. There we go.
Halfway, level 12. Help the frog find their lily pads using flex direction and justify content. So we can clearly see that it's obviously a column. I don't see any space around it, so so it wasn't just a normal column, it was a column reverse. Clever. Level 13 of 24. They want us to use 3 things. Flex direction. We want a row reverse because you can see the lily pads are reversed order to the frogs.
Cool. Then justify content is still horizontal, so we want that to be center. And align items is vertical, so we want that to be at the bottom. So that would be flex in.
Easy this makes it. It just makes your grasp it so much better. Like, this is really great. I love it when people take the initiative to do stuff like this because it makes my life so much easier. And seriously guys, go try this out.
Okay, sometimes reversing the row or column order of a container is not enough. In these cases, we can apply the order property to individual items. By default, items have a value of 0, but we can use this property to also set it to a positive or a negative integer value. Use the order property to reorder the frogs according to their lily pads.
So we have green, yellow, red, and they want us to change yellow, and I would say currently it's 2. Oh no, 1. Yes, because it only then moves 1 across, positive integer. I guess it starts at index 0. That's how I'm understanding. So if I go -1, it'll go the other way. Yeah, very cool. Let's see, use order property to send the red frog to its lily pad. The red frog is over here, so we can go order.
I'm pointing up at that. Look here. Look over here where I'm pointing. Can you see? This one over here needs to move over here.
Okay, so the red is 0. You can see where the red one is. Then we've got -1, -2, -3. So we're going to go -3 and let's move to -3. Awesome. Another property you can apply to individual items is align self. This property accepts the same values as align items and its values for the specific item. So they want us to align self. You can see that they use the yellow tag to highlight the yellow froggy. So align self will be flex end. Next, shoot. Combine order with align self to help the frogs to their destinations. Okay, let's go check this out. So we have 1 froggy, 2 froggy, and then 1, 2, 3 froggy. Let's go order and just give it a number so that they're next to each other. So we've moved all the yellows to 1 and all the greens are in 0. That's fantastic. That worked perfectly, because if we had moved it -1, it would have been on this side. Align self to flex end. Way cool.
Oh no, the frogs are all squeezed into a single row of lily pads. Spread them out using flex wrap. Okay, flex wrap takes no wrap, so they all have to fit on a line. Wrap meaning they'll wrap it if there's not enough space, and wrap reverse meaning it wraps it and it reverses it. Actually, flex wrap. No wrap is obviously the default, so let's just do wrap, which is our correct answer. And then I just want to do wrap reverse. Check that out.
So it doesn't only reverse it, but it takes it to the end. It literally reverses the text order. Help this army of frogs form 3 orderly columns using a combination of flex direction and flex wrap. Flex direction column and flex wrap. Okay. Flex direction and flex wrap are used together so often that they created flex flow, which is a way to combine them. So when you put in flex flow, you put in whether you want a row, a column, a row reverse, a column reverse, and then you put in wrap, wrap reverse, or no wrap. So you're going to go flex flow, we're going to go column, and wrap. And that simplifies things a lot. Okay, the frogs are spread all over the pond, but the lilies are bunched at the top.
You can use the align content to set how multiple lines are spaced apart from each other. This property takes the following values: flex start, flex end, center, space between, space around, and then stretch. So lines are stretched to fit the container.
Okay, so I'm going to go align content, flex start, which is obviously the correct answer. Flex end, which brings it down. Flex center. So it works exactly the same as align items. Align content determines the spacing between lines, while align items determines how the items as a whole are aligned within the container. So if there's only one line, align content will have no effect. So we're going to go space between. So you can see it works exactly the same. So I'm just going to put in flex start here. Level 21. Now the current has a bunch of lily pads at the bottom. Use align content to guide the frogs there. Okay. Align content. Flex end.
Frogs have had a party, but it's time to go home. Use a combination of flex direction and align content to get them to their lily pads. Okay, flex direction
is column. See that. And then align content. I think this is column reverse. Yes. And then align content will be center. Sweet.
And here we are, about to implement everything that we've learned throughout this I don't know how many minute situation that we just went through. I hope I didn't bore you too much, but let's see if we can figure out this last one. It looks a bit complicated. It's literally giving us everything that we've learned and telling us go fix it. So let's help our friends one last time.
I think I like starting with flex direction just because then I know it's already in its column and then I can take it from there. So I'm going to go flex direction column to start off with, and then I'm actually going to reverse this column. So I'm going to go column reverse.
But instead of saying flex direction, I'm going to go flex flow, because that way I can combine the flex direction as well as the wrap. And we're going to go wrap. That worked quite well. Wrap reverse and column reverse, and then maybe
because it's a column, align content space between. Okay, and then actually it's going to be just like content because it's now a column center. Would you look at that? I really think this is amazing. They've made it super usable. You have visual stimulation. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to forget FlexBox. In fact, I'm going to dream about these frogs tonight, and there are lily pads. If you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe, leave a comment. If you have any cool suggestions like this that maybe I can go check out and review as well, leave a comment. And yeah, it was good seeing you. Stay safe out there, and I will see you soon.